off-duty process from start to finish so you can focus on your most important tasks. Today's PowerPoint slides are available for download along with our brochure and the contract if you're ready to get started today. Today's webinar will be an overview of our service, but if you want to learn more, reach out and we'll be happy to jump on a one-on-one call with you. Joining me on today's webinar, we have Ricky Brain, a Jobs for Blue specialist who will be giving a brief overview of the system and how our service can help shortly. Ricky has over 10 years of experience on the job as an off-duty coordinator and used the POS system for the majority of his career as an officer in New Jersey before retiring. We also have Scott, our CTO, with us today as a panelist to answer any questions that may come up towards the end of our presentation. Today we'll be going over exactly what Jobs for Blue is and how it can help your department, the advantage you already have by using the POS system, the benefits of outsourcing, and why our customers have been asking for this service for a while, followed by Ricky giving us a short demonstration of how the system works. With over 600 customers and thousands of users, we know your world. Jobs for Blue is created off the feedback we receive on a daily basis working with you, our customers. And over the last 25 years, POS has built up a reputation for being the system you can trust for all of your scheduling and off-duty employment needs. Some of you may already be familiar with our extra duty management system within POS. We've been known as the extra duty professional since 2003, and the extra duty management system has continuously evolved since then based on the needs of our customers, leading us today to Jobs for Blue. We've learned based on the needs of our many customers and understand the burden placed on the administrative end for the off-duty process. We know that this is why you're here today, because of the consistent challenges you face with off-duty. We're here to eliminate these burdens for you at a price you can afford. Think about the overlooked expense currently of your in-house off-duty coordinator. This individual may be spending more time than they would like on managing off-duty assignments, and their time could be better spent in other areas of your department where their expertise is truly needed. And it's something we're noticing across the country. In-house off-duty programs are experiencing a massive loss of money, likely because of a lack of communication between administration and workers, along with the possibility of dishonorable or unfair job awarding. So why outsource? First off, we're going to make the experience simple. All you're doing is selecting a job to work, and we take care of the rest. All from a platform we're all very, very familiar with, POS. We'll automate the process so everyone is following the same rules and ensure that all jobs are being distributed fairly. We'll be able to see individual schedules and modify everything accordingly. Remember, everything is hooked to POS, so that also means everyone will receive the appropriate notifications as well. With it being hooked to POS, you can expect to have real-time visibility and know as soon as each job is posted while selecting the jobs that best fit your criteria. All this while being a part of our streamlined process to save your department time while making sure that each job is awarded fairly. When you partner with Jobs for Blue, you can expect to view available jobs instantly, invoices to automatically be sent out to customers, eliminating time lapse between the jobs worked and when your payment is received, and there's no agency costs, just a small administrative fee that's passed on to the customer. We'll award jobs using your rules set up already within POS, and employees will be notified when they need to be, along with the flexibility of our system allowing workers to post their job availability at their convenience. What this really means for you is that we'll be able to seamlessly integrate with POS, allowing us to check the schedules of your employees in real time and see those last-minute changes that could affect their availability. Overall, streamlining the off-duty employment process puts the heavy lifting on us at Jobs for Blue, allowing you and your team to instead focus on your most important tasks. By partnering with Jobs for Blue, you'll have a unique advantage of having a dedicated team ready to hit the phones calling local businesses in your area to offer off-duty police officer services. Because of our experience in the field, we know exactly the type of businesses to build relationships with to get you the job opportunities that you seek. At Jobs for Blue, once again, we do the heavy lifting, so all you have to do is work the job and get paid. One of the great things about the Jobs for Blue platform is that it allows for complete transparency. For example, if there's ever a question of why someone was offered a job, our rules-based system allows us to show exactly what your agency's unique rules and criteria are and why that person was chosen and eligible for that specific job. How often are you waiting for weeks, even months to get paid for working a job. With Jobs for Blue, the payment process has never been easier. All you have to do is send a notification that the job has been completed. From there, the client remits the payment to an auto-generated invoice, which is immediately provided by Jobs for Blue's robust accounting platform. Another advantage for the Jobs for Blue platform is its user-friendly experience, which Ricky will show you in just a moment how it works. With just a few clicks, customers can easily post off-duty job opportunities. The customer receives an instant bill notification upon job completion, showing job details, hours worked, and options to pay via popular payment methods, such as credit card, check, PayPal, ACH, or escrow accounts. Officers can view and sign up for all pre-qualified jobs in real time as soon as the job is posted. Funds become available upon job completion. From there, the officer sends a notification that the job has been completed and the payment has been processed. Now I'd like to hand off to Ricky so he can show you firsthand how easy this process actually is.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us today with our Jobs for Blue presentation. I'd like to go and show you a quick overview of our Jobs for Blue platform. As many of you are familiar with the POS system and the extra duty module, what we're going to look at is within there that we see these items in the extra duty drop-down. Now, what we have on our board here is what we call our job board. And as you can see, there are many jobs listed here for my month of June, as I have the filters working to see exactly what I would need to look at. Of course, up top here, we have more filters. See what open, closed, invoiced, paid, published, and immediate award jobs there are, right down to being able to zoom in and see your own jobs. And of course, the information down here relates to the jobs that are there, the companies that you work for, the dates, times, and exactly what that is, right down to some payment information. Where that all starts, though, is with the customer profile. And we keep the customer profiles in our system so that we can use this for our billing process and informational reporting. You can see right down to getting an email address for the individual from that company, because our system's robust system is going to invoice right to that individual. Now, a couple of things about our customer profiles is that we can have what we call a qualified customer, which would be something that you would tell us would be in your department, and that customer may be able to enter in job information, and that would be through a single sign-on that would be dedicated to them. And then we also have the availability for auto invoicing upon job completion, which we'll talk about job completion in a couple minutes. And of course, everything from the administrative fees are attached to the customer profiles to ensure that the correct fees are being billed. Where does that all go? Well, whether it's the individual company putting information in or the Jobs for Blue team taking calls and putting information in and adding a job, well, our 24-hour service is able to take a call, whether it's 2 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're able to take that call from that specific company and add in the information for the jobs, whether it's the description, the location, dates and times, right down to if this was a 2-week project that we could put a date and time in here and run a 2-week project for maybe a paving company. Number of vehicles, of course, important for our billing process. And then categories we have in here that, of course, can be adjusted for reporting factors. Now, one important thing about entering a job is that many departments have different rules in reference to how many people are scheduled for that job. Some departments have a rule that if it's a 4-person job, that maybe one of those has to be a supervisor. So within our system, we're able to add in exactly what our needs are. So that way we get the correct personnel notified and signed up for the jobs. Now also, the supervisor can sign up for their needs and the patrol can sign up for their needs. Now, some important aspects of our system, which is really great functionality that you'll enjoy. In these checkboxes down here, I mentioned publish to job board. What publishing to job board is making that job available for the individual officers to sign up for. Also, sending email notification and text message notification, and making that eligible for immediate award if necessary according to your guidelines. When we send out these notifications, we're sending out a notification that is an email and in effect is similar to this email, this text message right here, to where the officer can open up the text message, click yes or no that they're available, and be essentially signed up for that job. Now, we have other ways they could sign up also, whether it's going to the job sign-up list, seeing what jobs are available, and clicking on that job to say that they would like to sign up. Very quick and easy. Right to entering their availability. We have in our system where officers can enter their availability, so that way when we know that they're going to be available, it's easier to schedule. So if I was available for this Saturday, I could just put Saturday in. If I had specific times that I'm available, I could do that. Or if I'm available for the whole day, we can just simply click on the whole day and mark our availability. Where does that all go? Well, when we're doing the awarding process, we're able to go in to our system, see exactly what's in there, what we're looking at to award, and say I was awarding this Ashwaubenon Tree Company. I can pull up the individuals that signed up for the job or said they were available. So in here, you can see that I have 2 people signed up, myself and Robert Connors. And the cool aspect about looking at this that should jump right out to you is schedule conflicts found. Since we are married to the POS system, we are able in real time to check the schedules. So depending on the rules, once again, of your department, if somebody was allowed to work if they're on the schedule and take off, then we could schedule that individual. If not, we move on to the other individuals that are signed up for the job. Now, we also can sort these individuals, whether it's the date and time or just simple seniority, or using a rules-based system, and whether it's total overtime worked, seniority, or even a sort number, we're able to go through and sort those individuals. Now you can see I just went on top of Robert Connors because I was the next eligible one on that list. And it's as simple as a click of the button, and now notification just went out that I was assigned that job. Quick, simple, and easy. Now, where does that go also? Is that when I look at my job board and I look at my jobs, you'll see in here, go back to my month, and let me just narrow it down right to my jobs. On 6/2, I worked Ashwaubenon, or asphalt paving system. And in here, we have a couple of different things that you could do. Whether it's adding this job to one of your calendars that you frequently use. And in those calendars, I always suggest, hey, set up a reminder so that way I get a notification that the job is pending and coming up. Right down to editing the times. So if this job went over, I could edit the job times. And then the completion of the job. That kicks off our robust invoicing system. So that way the email is created and sent out immediately. That is the basic workings of the Jobs for Blue program through our extra duty module. I'm going to hand it back over to Andrew where he can wrap us up and I thank everybody for your time.
Hey, thanks, Ricky. We're going to go ahead and allot a lot of time today to Q&A. We know we have a lot of large groups watching today, one of our biggest webinars to date. So what we're going to do first is, if you have any questions, go ahead and in the questions area of your webinar screen, you'll be able to go ahead and type that right in. We'll receive them. We'll answer them on the call today. Either myself, Ricky, or Scott, our CTO, are all on the line and happy to help out. As you'll see on your screen right now, we open up our Jobs for Blue website, www.jobsforblue.com, where you're going to see a lot of the information that we just went over and the additional details that you might need. And most importantly, too, you're going to see on the top right corner of your screen the contact button. So you can go ahead and click that contact button, and when you do that, you'll be brought to the Contact Us page where you can go ahead and fill out your information in the form or give us a call at you see it above. What we really want to do is start that one-on-one conversation with you, and more than happy to see how we can make Jobs for Blue work for your specific department. Now, before we go ahead and start answering some questions, I did want to remind everybody, too, that on your screen right now, besides the questions panel, you can go ahead and download the slides that we just went over. You're going to keep them for your own personal use. We also do have the contract up there also, if you want to start taking a look at that, and our Jobs for Blue brochure as well. All right, so first things first, we have our first question here, and it asks, can we use the system if we're self-hosted? Hey, Scott, are you on the line? Ricky, are you there? You want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. I'd be glad to take that. Can you, if you're self-hosted? Well, the Jobs for Blue platform is a hosted service that we have on our system, on our cloud. So what we would like to do really is get you over to all the benefits of hosting your platform. Now, yes, we can use it on our system and with the hosted service for us, but we'd like to connect to your current schedule. So really the best benefit that you would have would be jumping over to our hosted platform with the complete system.
Thanks, Ricky. We got another question here. Can you please go into more detail on the process of funds becoming available immediately to the officer upon indicating the job has been completed? Ricky, you want to take that one?
Sure. Great. One of the benefits of having our system in place is that we are able to make sure that everybody gets paid in a quick and easy manner. We're able to set up ACH accounts with the city to make sure that that payment process has been completed. What we do differently from the city itself is that we're able, like Andrew said before, to take ACH accounts. We're able to take credit cards, PayPal. We have much better ways of collecting funds from the customers. So what we do is we collect those funds and we make sure that the officers are paid in a timely manner when they work those jobs.
Hey, Ricky, one more follow-up question with that. It's asked specifically who is providing those funds?
Yes, BCS will provide those funds to make sure that we're getting paid, because we're going to be essentially what we call the bill collector. So we'll go out to the individual companies and make sure that we do the collections, but we're going to make sure you get paid. So even at that, if the company hasn't been paid yet, we're also going to make sure those funds are available.
All right, we've got another question. Who is responsible for assigning the jobs, your side or ours, or can it be either?
That's a great question. Because of our platform being within your system, we can have it to where you can also create and assign jobs. What we're looking at on the Jobs for Blue end is that you can actually give the different companies our number. They can place a call to us, or they can go on the system, and then we would schedule it. But yes, you do have the availability to schedule your jobs also.
All right, we've got another question. Our officers get paid weekly. Will Jobs for Blue provide a complete weekly report that can be exported to an Excel spreadsheet? This is our process for Munis payroll.
Well, that's one of the good things too, is that we still integrate with payroll. So even if you have a current payroll export, we can add the Jobs for Blue payment system right into your export there. But we will supply the city a payroll export, so that way they know exactly what the ACH account transactions are going to entail.
All right, our next question. Can we limit who can complete jobs? So I think they're asking, can they limit the permissions of who can go ahead and say the job has been completed?
With that, we can do one of two things. I know some departments will have a supervisor complete the job, so that way the officers wouldn't have the access to completing a job or the job on that job board there. What it is through the security settings that we're able to set up who can see what tabs. So with the job board, if the officers didn't need to go in there, then we would have it separated.
All right, we have another question. What is the administrative fee that POS will be charging the vendor?
Great question. The best part is like Andrew said, there's no cost to you. We charge a small percentage, like 6% of the total bill to the vendor. So that way the city or officers do not have to worry about any extra funding being eliminated.
Hey, we had a quick question just for fun about EE, about whether we'll be having some free food and drinks last year. We had a lot of fun there, and we definitely did find both of those. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check out our website, vcssoftware.com, or our actual user conference site, evolutionexchange.com, where you can go ahead and get the best rate for Evolution Exchange as well. We have another question here. It says, we haven't been using extra duty and POS to its fullest potential. Is that an issue if you want to use your service?
Excellent question. Not at all. With the integration of the extra duty, we're able to pull your information and use that information that you have in there and also build on that platform. So we can add to that your different rates of pay, your companies. We can add into the platform that's currently there and build upon that.
All right, we have another question. The officers are getting paid directly from VCS? That's the question that we had come through.
Well, most of the towns have it to where they get paid through the city. But yes, we can if that's an item there, because we're able to, once again, set up those type of accounts to where even where we can set up accounts, say a PayPal account, to where the officers can draw from that. So if the officers get paid directly, as in some states do, we can set up that direct account so the officers can pull from that.
Another question, will the 6% be charged on car fees also?
Yes, we charge it on the full fee of the bill. So with that, we put a 6% on top of everything, admin fees, officer fees, and car fees.
Another question, our agency has internal approval requirements for all extra duty jobs. At least 2 signatures are required. If VCS is taking the extra duty request, can they work with that approval requirement?
Great question, because everybody has their policies, rules, and regulations. Now, with that, before the company is allotted or given our phone number, your policy may be that that review has to come through, and then you would be able to give the customer the phone number. Then they would call us and do the scheduling. Some departments have it to where that they would like to fax in a request that they took from somebody. We work basically off of your rules. We automate on our end, get the right people out there at the right time. But we still know that there are internal rules within each department, and that's something that comes with the new system also.
All right. Are there any costs to the police department to start using this service?
Not at all. What we'll do is we get online, we get you guys trained, get all that information in, and we'll also get you guys up and running in no time.
All right, we have another question. They're asking Ricky to go into the payments from VCS a little farther. Upon completion of a job, does VCS apply the funds to the town prior to VCS collecting the funds from the vendor?
Yes, we can do that. That's not a problem because we want to make sure the officers get paid in a timely manner.
Another question asks, are officers able to access the jobs through a smartphone application or only online?
Great question, because as the POS users that are on our hosted system know now, that we have the phone app for the Android and Apple, and within that phone app there is extra duty items in there, such as signing up for jobs. As we've seen with the text messaging, we'll be able to go in through text messages. And also a great item that is coming out now in our next release, which should be within a month or so, is that we have made the POS web mobile friendly. So that way you can utilize your phone with the full POS web.
All right, we're going to have one or two more questions before we run out of time here at 10 a.m. But if you guys are interested in talking to Ricky one-on-one, especially if you have any questions about the payment details, Ricky would be more than happy to go ahead and do that. So just go ahead the same way you're asking questions before. You can type interested, and we'll make sure that Ricky goes ahead and reaches out to you guys. But to make the most of our time here, we do have another question. Does this service involve a long-term contract?
Great question to wrap us up there, Andrew. With our Jobs for Blue system, you don't need a long-term contract. We can run off of our job for job. So with that, once you sign up, we can go right into the jobs and start scheduling, and there is no commitment to your department.
Excellent. We're going to take one more question, but before that happens, I do want to remind everybody that you can go ahead and download the PowerPoint slides from today's presentation. We also do have the contract on there too. If you want to go ahead and start taking a look at that and you're ready to move forward with Jobs for Blue, we do have the Jobs for Blue brochure available now for you to download. Also, like I said, we're going to be wrapping up in a couple of minutes, so if you want any of these documents, go ahead and download them now while we're still on the call. And we already had a couple people come through and say that they're interested in Ricky and giving them a call following the webinar today for that one-on-one call and demonstration. If you guys are interested in that, before we go ahead and sign off in a couple of minutes, just go ahead and type interested in the questions area. We'll make sure that Ricky gives you a call. And we have one more question. What if an officer is working and the detail goes beyond the scheduled time?
Great question. As I was in closing out the job before, I touched on that to where the officers can also change the times. So if the job runs over, they're able to make that adjustment, put the correct times in there, and then process and close out the job.
Excellent. All right, that's going to bring us to the conclusion of today's webinar. We're going to stick on for 2 more minutes. If you guys are interested, just go ahead and type interested in that questions box. It looks like we already got quite a few people saying that they're interested. So we're going to stick on for 2 more minutes, give you guys an opportunity to download those files that I mentioned before, give us an opportunity to reach out if you want Ricky to give you a call. But we'd like to thank everybody for signing on this morning, and we look forward to speaking with everybody more about the Jobs for Blue service.